Wow, guys, it has been a very long time. This is honestly crazy. It's been over a month and no videos from me, right? Brandon put some videos up, but life just got in the way and I have to chalk some of it up to high school season for volleyball this year. But I think honestly, I let it slip away on my own. I think a lot of the times in life when we start to get some frustrations in life or some things that bring confliction, we like to sometimes make rash decisions, honestly. And I think that's what I did with this channel. I kind of said, well, I don't have enough time for it. I can't do this or that. And so I just gave up entirely. But I think that I felt, especially as Lent was kind of ending recently, as it was mostly March, that I just felt the comeback was necessary. So as you clicked on this video, you probably did not want to hear that entire spiel, but just gave you guys the update anyways. But as always, we are back in the Word of God, everyone, and we are back in the Ecclesiastes series, the series that is so hard for me to understand, but I still try my best every time. So we are in Ecclesiastes chapter 6, everyone. Let's get to the reading. Remember, guys, it's all about vanity. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right. Verse 1. There is an evil that I have seen under the sun, and it lies heavy on mankind. A man to whom God gives wealth, possessions, and honor, so that he lacks nothing of all that he desires. Yet God does not give him power to enjoy them, but a stranger enjoys them. This is vanity. It is a grievous evil. If a man fathers 100 children and lives many years, so that the days of his years are many, but his soul is not satisfied with life's good things, and he also has no burial, I say that a stillborn child is better off than he. For it comes in vanity and goes in darkness, and in darkness its name is covered. Moreover, it has not seen the sun or known anything, yet it finds rest rather than he. Even though he should live 1,000 years twice over, yet enjoy no good, do not all go to the one place? Wow. Verses 1 through 6, that's a lot, right? We're seeing kind of what's talked about, mentioned, or what's mentioned here in Ecclesiastes chapter 6 is vanity explained further, right? How earthly things don't bring people really any joy. They just kind of leave you empty. The stranger enjoys them. I feel like, to me, that kind of means that's talking about jealousy a little bit, as when some people have everything going in their lives and they have achieved great success, a lot of people can kind of live off that, right? Or they can kind of be jealous off them and kind of get more of the, not to say emotion, but kind of get more of the value out of it rather than the person itself, because a lot of us really also don't understand how good we have it, and the things that we have in this life don't even bring us any joy. And then we think of things that are better than what we have in our current situations. We think that that'll get us more happiness and more joy, but at the end, it actually never does, right? So verses 1 through 6, I mean, they compare it to a stillborn child. I'm not saying that it really having all these fancy things and not being satisfied is better than not being born at all. No, but it does show the power of things that we actually enjoy. We should be setting our lives toward things that are eternal, right? Not just the material world that we're living in right now, and just focusing on how we can do the most, how we can achieve the most, how we can get the most fame, right? No, we should be thinking about the eternal Father and, honestly, what is going to bring us that true joy and passion in life, and that's God, right? Having a relationship with Him and realizing that His plan is perfect. His Son died on the cross for us, and so we're set free to do whatever we want, but we're happy because He loves us eternally, unconditionally, even if we mess up. And everything that's been given to us is just an absolute blessing and a gift. So let's pick up in verse 7. All the toil of man is for his mouth, yet his appetite is not satisfied. For what advantage has the wise man over the fool? And what does the poor man have who knows how to conduct himself before a living? Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the appetite. This also is vanity and a striving after wind. Again, we're not going to be satisfied in this life off the things that we think will bring us that satisfaction, right? We're seeing just how the wise man over the fool. What does the poor man have who knows how to conduct himself for a living? We're just seeing these examples of things that don't really matter, right? Life doesn't matter without God. And so all the things that we think matters, like I mentioned earlier, they absolutely don't. And we need to focus ourselves on the Lord. And that's where we can actually be open and see everything as it actually truly is. And then we can just live so much of a fuller life. So let's conclude here, verses 10 through 13. Whatever has come to be has already been named, and it is known what man is, and that he is not able to dispute with one stronger than he. The more words, the more vanity, and what is the advantage to man? For who knows what is good for man while he lives the few days of his vain life, which he passes like a shadow? For who can tell man what will be after him under the sun? Guys, what we can learn from Ecclesiastes chapter 6 is it is truly vanity to think that the things that we toil for under the sun are going to bring us happiness and true joy in this lifetime, right? That's not what's going to happen. That's not what's going to bring us fulfillment and true wholeness in this lifetime. Think to all the things that bring you joy, right? I want you to think of the last thing that you thought was going to give you insurmountable joy, that it would set you up for success for the next couple of months. All you needed was that and you'd be fine. What happened with that? Personally, I've had many times where I've thought like that, and it goes away depending on the measure of the event within 1 day, a week, honestly, maximum of 2 weeks, right? But when I think of God, it's always satisfaction. It's everlasting. It's all the time, right? So we need to realize in our lives that the things we do are meaningless if the things of this life are meaningless when we don't do them because of God. If we try and do things for our own glory, our own fame, our own success, we're going to find struggles. We're just not going to be able to make it through. We're not going to be able to live that good life, right? That we all want to live. It all starts with God. So, as always, Ecclesiastes is a pretty hard book to understand, but I think that for chapter 6, we should realize life is vanity without God. So, thanks for listening, everybody. I know it's been a while, but hopefully we can be uploading more consistently. I pray that God can be with you. I'm praying for you guys, and have a blessed day, everyone.